first line, 6x6 should be able to handle this thing right away. That rear axle, the third axle, just provides so much stability with inclines. I have the 4x4 as well, and yeah, I struggled a little bit, but look at that, with the 6x6 it's just bam, right away. I'm gonna follow the freestyle rules, allowing reverse. Furitek Electronics just doing their thing, working so slow, working their magic. We have touchdown right there. All right. Nice. Now, the thing with the 6x6 versus the 4x4 is you don't get as much of a turning angle with the 6x6 because you have 3 locked axles and 2 that are pointed straight, both rears. So you have 4 tires that are pushing the whole truck forward, if that makes sense. This part's pretty fun, and it does require a lot of having precision turning, I guess. But with the FMS axles, sometimes you gotta Tony Hawk's it like that. I'm all right with that. But with the FMS axles, you get so much turning angle over an SCX24 setup. So we can bridge that right there. Doing pretty good. Might have to reverse. Now, honestly, if I had to pick, like versus the 6x6 versus the 4x4, I'm gonna say the 6x6, just because of the cool factor. Like, I love the fact that it's 6x6. I don't know, it's just a kind of a unique thing, you know. There we are. All right, so onto the hard vertical with this thing. Let's see how it does. In theory, it should do really good, given the fact that it's a 6x6, so. Super easy. Wow, look at that. Gotta get in a better line. There we go. Now granted, I think this line will be a little easier with 2 considerations. It's pretty cold out. It's about 42 degrees. We just had a bunch of snow melt. And the tires are not glued to the wheels. So warmer conditions, drier conditions with the tires glued to the wheels, which is really simple to do. I think this thing will just kill this line immediately. So I was noticing a little bit more slippage than I was expecting. All right, the decline, again, 6x6 should handle this very well. That rear axle just prevents it from tipping over because it adds more weight in the back. It's just more proportionally balanced. And then these Furitek Electronics just allowing us to slow crawl so well over all this. Just like that. All right, so that back axle seems like it's not doing anything, but hear me out, it's, you know, just preventing the forward momentum that we don't want. A lot of times when I would watch other 6x6 videos, like a UMG 10 6x6, or this, or the TRX6, I'd often be like, but the rear axle, you know, it doesn't touch so often. But now after driving one, it's just night and day difference with when the axle isn't touching. It's like, wow, it's the weight distribution that it's helping out with. Finish this climb right here. There we are. A little descent, not a climb. All right, one-handed driving, which I'm awful at. We're gonna see how she makes it up the mountain. The mountain's not super hard, to be perfectly honest, but just one of those things I wanted to always try the 6x6 on. And now we have the weather for it. Snow is melted. This thing is just killing it. Oh, wasn't paying attention. All right, onto the descent. Kind of have a forward cliffhanger right here. Again, that rear axle is really just going to help balance this thing out. So using the electronics, let it do its trick. I've had so many rigs tip over face first. Nice. There we go. Here's a random line for you guys. I saw this and I was like, ooh, that looks fun. Not the way I wanted to go, but we'll take it. If it works, right? Get her up there. Really nothing interference. No interference up front. You know, talking about like the body and everything. And we got to get a little more forward. A little more forward. There we go. See how it's pivoting? Nice. Finish it up. Legit. Love this thing. All right, guys, off camera, I've been out here just tearing it up on my course. Really impressed with what the 6x6 can do. I gotta say, if you want both of them, get both of them. My personal preference would be the 6x6 for sure. Soon I'm actually going to take this thing to the concrete dam that, if you've seen it on my channel, you know what I'm talking about. It's an amazing spot for 24 scale, 18 scale, 10 scale, 6 scale. My CX6 doesn't really like it there, but I'm going to be taking this thing there soon next, so stay tuned.